Check this shit out. Bang. Look, it's me. Wow. And on the bright side, that looks way better than I thought it was going to. And if I ever feel like leaving, I can just dip out and I'm just there to begin with. Look, it's fucking me. I love it. Oh yeah, my desktop. And I figured, right, we'll go the old school route, right? And while I talk about the album everywhere else around here, right, we got fucking, we got right down there will be the notifications of shit. So if anybody wants to give me money, I'm just saying, right, we'll get notification of that TV. And on this TV, we'll just play the old classic because this is how I streamed for years, right? We're just going to fucking play. I'm waiting for it to show up. I'm waiting for it to show up. It'll give it a second. It'll be there. Give it time. We're going to play. I'm going to play Bada Bing Bada Boom Roller Coaster Tycoon, baby. There we go. It's a game that I can play mindlessly and just talk about the album. So I'll just be vibing down here on my own, and you guys can just watch me do nothing. It'll be awesome. Look, I heard something. So yeah, let's grab. I'm gonna listen to the raw audio files. By the way, this is the album. Cool. Forgive me. I've got to find. There are 2 songs that they aren't in this version. They aren't in that folder, I should say. Cool. Let's get this copied. Boom. Should be that. God, calm down, phone. Why is... Whew. So many things are happening. Yeah, I gotta send this picture to the people I know. Right, check this out. Oh, I make myself laugh too easily. Way too easily. That is going to be too loud. Yeah, whatever. I'll change. I'll edit it eventually. Send to these people. Boom. And I'll send another one. Sweet. Cool. My story. All right. I think I've told as many people as I can that we're live. So for the sake of this stream, we'll turn sound off. Like I said, I'm just going to vibe here playing games while everybody else listens to the songs. And then throughout the songs, I will talk about them. go into detail about certain things if I feel like I need to go into detail about them. But yeah, maybe a couple few snippets and bits and pieces and shit like that. Yeah, so. Oh yeah. Zesty beverage. Okay, so this is the album is called Admin. Technically, it was started all the way back in 2013. But in reality, it's probably 2018, mostly 2019 was when everything was made. The idea of putting them into an album was probably in 2019. Or I guess it was... I thought of the first track, I Am Admin, and I was like, I'll make it an EP, right? And I'll put like 2 or 3, or like 3 or 4 songs in this EP. And then I realized that I just had a lot more songs that I could just fit into this album. So I made it an album, and that's where we are today. And the album was released on Friday after me saying since 2019 that I'm making an album and I'm going to release an album. The album's finally fucking out. So, hurrah! Let's get the first track open. I Am Admin. Oh, you know what? Audio isn't even on. Cool. It is now. If there's anyone listening, please inform me on how the levels sound, or if they don't sound that good at all, okay? If we need to make some audio adjustments, please tell me. the original version of this track is almost 10 minutes long. The idea was for it to be even shorter than this, but I was like, nah. Opening song, keep that shit. Gotta advertise this in the game, you know. Even though no one can see it on stream because it's tiny and it's hilarious, but go. That's album track number 1. Like I said, this album was started technically in 2013, and it was that song right there that was technically started in 2013. Way back in the day, right? Minecraft at the time was my number 1 game, right? That was the game to play everywhere, right? And so that was also my peak era of watching YouTube videos. And so I adopted the mindset of Notch, fix the ladders, right? And so that became a meme between me and my friends. And if Chris was here, he would be able to vouch for the fact that tweet at Notch was going to be, that was my meme, right? Where I was like, if something's wrong, I'm going to tweet at Notch and tell him to fix it, right? That's what I adopted. That's what I started doing. And so my buddy, he started messing with music. And so he goes, I'm going to make this a meme, right? I'm going to make this a song. And so that's what he did. And he made me a meme song with Minecraft sound bits. And he called it Tweet at Notch. There were some renditions. The thumbnail. Holy shit. But this was the updated to say something bad in a British accent. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? What do you... I'm sorry. It's right into the microphone. Holy shit. Anyways, this is a snippet of what that song was, right? This is the OG. My album started on this day in fucking July or whatever of 2013, right? This is what it was. The peak music. I mean... So that's what my album stemmed from in 2013. So that's just 2013, man. It all started back then. Yeah, I wanted, so like 2018 area, I reached out to him, right? And I was like, do you, by any off chance, happen to have the OG file to this song? And of course he goes, no, what the fuck are you talking about? So I went to my YouTube channel, had to rip that video, right? Download it to my PC, export it to audio, put it in FL Studio, and then I had to put on the, there's a function to where it will make a MIDI note layout based on an audio file, and that's how I recreated the song. And then from then I just made chords and bass lines and other shit out of it. So yeah, that shit was crazy. Fucking crazy. Mr. Fact, what do you want me to say in a British accent? Sorry to yell at you, you just didn't answer the first time, so I figured I needed to get your attention. Figured you're probably just lurking. Probably just scared the shit out of you. I'm sorry. Track number 2 is User ID. The idea behind the title of this track, actually this was back in 2018 I made this one. And the original, I'm trying to think of what it was called. I can find it, but the original title, it was related to... The original idea for the album was to relate to computer-related shit, right? It wasn't syntax. Reframe. That's what it was. It was reframe, because that's some computer thing. Let's see what a reframe is. Because I had just taken some computer-related course, and it's HTML related, I think. Maybe not. I'm trying to figure out what the hell it was. template for personal websites. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Is that Solomon? I wish I had many fucking Spotify plays as Solomon. But I don't. Beard looked nice though, right? It looks like shit in this picture though. I didn't fucking adjust it. Ugh, I hate how I look. What up, Coif? Anyways, yeah, the original version of this song, 2018, was called Reframe. It was 8.5 minutes long. But yeah, now it's called User ID, and the idea behind it is you gotta fucking log into the computer. The idea behind I Am Admin was you are the fucking admin, man, right? And that's how that tweet at Notch thing spiraled down to, right? I was like, Notch is the admin of all of Minecraft. I am admin, right? Crazy, innit? It all listen, everything I did for this album makes sense. Title-wise. Some of these things I got lucky with, right? But oh yeah. So yeah, track number 2, User ID. The panning of this little beep was not me. That was done by the mastering guy, and I think that was a good move on his part. What's up, Techno? Stuck on ads. Hey, you didn't miss much. I just said hello. making some physical animations, right? Because I was like, oh, I'll play Roller Coaster Tycoon, right, as a nod back to like like if you look in this the picture of all this shit under me, there's a bunch of nods to other shit, right? So I was like, I'll just play RCT because it's a nod to my OG streaming, right? And it's a game I can play mindlessly, right? I don't need to think about it while I talk about the fucking album. I'm playing it so fucking mindlessly that I just went in with immediate muscle memory and built 2 rides that already fucking exist. I'm just stupid. I built a second merry-go-round. Uh-oh, is stream dying? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we good? No. So I built 2 fucking merry-go-rounds and 2 Ferris wheels. Because that's just the immediate, that's what you do when you play RCT. And I'm just fucking stupid. So now I have 5, 6 rides and 4 of them are the same. Like, I'm so dumb. Anyways, that was user ID. Spicy music, thank you. But yeah, that was user ID. My service is dying. Hey, my internet paused for a second too, so I don't know what happened. Or I started buffering on my end too, so I don't know. I like I do like the emotes bouncing around. It's kind of fun. I am waiting for someone to do some emote, right? So on this little, the little monitor on this side, right, I have set to certain notifications. I'm back. Good shit. I have various notifications set to this monitor, right, this little TV. And I hope someone does something funny because I don't remember what animations and sounds play for which thing. Like, I remember what a couple of them are, but I don't know for which animation. And I hope something happens to where it plays and I get to laugh about it. Do I have the audio down here too? I do. To memes that don't exist anymore. Been away for too long? I have. You're right. Yeah, this is the first time I played. First time I've streamed since fucking December of last year, right? It's been almost a year. Like, I enjoy streaming, but at the same time, it's like, it's whatever. I don't know. Track number 3, The Tower. Shut up! I'm not ready for you yet. That was mean. Yeah, so the meaning behind this album, every title for songs is related to either me or something that happened, right? So first one is I am admin, right? You're the administrator. User ID, you got to log on the computer. Track 3 is the tower, right? It's just your fucking look at your PC. That's the tower. That's what it is. Jesus, it really has. Yes. Yeah. Super long time. This is, as from what I can tell, the only track on the album that has one real mistake in it, right? And fortunately, it's a mistake that only I'm going to know about and the 7 people that are lurking in this stream right now. 2023 didn't happen. True, bro. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I also just don't do it because I work from home, right? And even though I work until basically, I put on my schedule that I stop working at 2 o'clock, right? But I'll just work at random hours throughout the day, right? Like, it just depends on when emails come in, basically, and I just immediately respond to them. So, like, if something happens at 4 o'clock when I'm streaming, and they're like, I need you to do this, and I'm just like, but I'm streaming, right? Like, I could stream fucking on weekends, right? But at the same time, I want to watch football. Granted, I have to go to my parents' house to watch it because I don't have any services to where I can watch football currently, right? I could buy them. But my parents are 20 minutes away, so why don't I just go to my parents' house and eat their food, right? So that way I don't have to buy my own food, you know? Miss Effect, are you listening? What do you want me to say in a British accent? If you spent 1,000 bits an hour ago, you might as well use them. All right. Track number 3, The Tower. Like I said, this is the only track on the album where I recognize an issue, right? No one else is going to notice it until I say it, and no one's really going to care. It's not that big of an issue, but I know it's there, and that sucks. Oh shit, Snapchat from Fruit Lady. What a fucking bimbo. I'm just not even gonna respond. That was such a dumb message she sent me. I'm not even gonna respond. Right? Gonna have to adjust that auto message. I'll have to find the original version of this track too, because it was not this. Or it was this, but I'll explain. Thank you, Techno. If you're still listening, please come back. So yeah, that's track number 3, The Tower. Motherfucker. That's the one mistake right there in the album, is that is supposed to fade out. And I just completely didn't pay enough attention when listening to the masters to make sure that it worked. I listened, so the version before this, that wasn't, the outro file just didn't exist, right? And so I had to resend the stem to the guy. He did it again, and it was there, and I was like, cool, done deal. Then the album fucking 2 weeks before its scheduled release, I listened to it again, and it doesn't fade out, and I was like, motherfucker. So, hey, you know what, shit happens. Little backstory behind that song. That song was started in probably 2018 for that one as well. Let me find it. What was it called? No. I really should have planned out this stream a little better, but oh well. No, that doesn't have the... I'm just gonna have to scroll back a really long time. in my SoundCloud is what's gonna happen here. Let's do this. Let's go on this journey together. Let's look at all the shit I've made that sounds like garbage and all the poor edits that I've made of things. It's gonna be so far back too. Anyways, yeah, I started making this track in 2018. Okay, we should be getting close. Just in case there's something stupid in here. No. I promise it's here. Still in the 3-year area on my SoundCloud, so it's there. Ooh. There's lots of versions of these songs. Okay, we should be here soon. There you go, Reframe, that's the OG version. Bro, where is it? I just want to listen to what the song originally was. Holy shit, how many songs have I made? Haha! So, now I gotta find the fucking original inspiration song. This one will be much easier to find. I think it's this one.
This upcoming school year, I will be a senior in college.
Ads, am I right?
But I have been.
Yup, this is the one. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to make a song that's simple and it has real world audio background sounds in it, right? So if you listen to this, this is Substruct by Rhett. This is a real picture, by the way. This is a real library. It looks fake. You can kind of hear background sounds, right? You get where I'm getting at. It's got a long intro. And throughout the song, you can kind of hear like real world background sounds. And so then on the OG version of this song that I just called Oof, right? I ripped some background track of just city traffic. So you can hear cars driving by and the occasional person talking, horns honking. Very heavily inspired by that track. Hitting the brake, you can hear more cars, you can hear more shit happening on the streets. And same with the outro, you can just hear. So yeah, that's what the original version of this song was. Oh my god. And it was also 7.5 minutes long. Current version is 4.5. Yeah, 4 minutes 36 seconds. So yeah, it's track number 3, The Tower. Track number 4 is Meltdown. This track, I'll give some other background information. No, I've got one. Oops. Let's see. Oh yeah, the user ID was also called lolripidk at some point too, because I just didn't have a name for it. Let me find. It's in here somewhere. I passed it 10 minutes ago. Not even 2 minutes ago. Super close to this spot. You know what? We'll listen to this track while I search for it. Track number 4, Melted. Oh, good lord. Meltdown. This one, the title came from I had a power supply that overheated, right? I didn't realize it overheated. And so then I went to turn my... Well, I knew it overheated. I didn't realize how bad it was, right? So I went to restart my PC because it just shut down, right? And I was like, oh, let me restart my PC. So I pushed the fucking start button, and it goes... and just fucking spits out sparks and smoke. And I was like, what the fuck? And so then I had to go buy a new power supply. So yeah, that's where the title of this song came from. It was actually originally just called Wire Fire, right? But that was dumb and needed to sound better. So eventually Meltdown came about, and it wasn't my idea. So, I think it came from Matt or Steven. So there we are. original version of this song was also very heavily inspired by I.O. You'll get a glimpse of that in a second. Shout out to Fake Sugar. It's the good shit. Previously mentioned, that song was very inspired by I.O. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2020, I think. And he was not old. He was, I don't think he was even 30 before he even fucking died. So yeah, this is the OG version of that song. Oops, where'd I go? Bro, where'd you fucking go? There we go. Yeah. Original version of this song was, again, 8-ish minutes, and then the guys with the label were like, you should make it sound more techno than progressive house. There we go. So this is a 2-minute intro. Fairly similar-ish in idea to what the current version ended up being. And then everything all at fucking once is what the last idea of it was. So yeah, that was the original version of that song. Track number 5. Let me find my next piece that I'm looking for. Yep. Track number 5 is called Drive Crash. title inspired by the fact that I had a drive that fucking crashed. And that shit sucked really badly. One of the worst days that I've ever experienced. Just pure pain and fear, basically, is how I would describe that day. That shit sucked. So, yeah. That's kind of why the track gets crazy, basically. Is the idea of this is what it sounds like when your drive crashes and shit's just fucking hitting the fan. So... Thanks, Mishu. Got too many handymen to hire. And then this bit here is the drive crashing. That's what this is. That's why you hear a bunch of random sound effects happening in the background So yeah, that's drive crash. If you pay enough attention, you'll notice that the sequence that happens at the end is the same as the sequence that happens in the break. The original version of Drive Crash was 8.5 minutes long. And the break originally... Oh. So yeah, the break originally was actually just super fucking boring and shitty. It was just the main bass synth just playing is all it was. Drive crash. And like that, in canon, the drive has died, right? So this is 2019, end of 2019. Next track is Reboot. Plain and simple, this is just an interlude. Kind of the calm after the storm, where drive crashed and now you just gotta fucking rebuild and reboot the fucking computer after putting a new one in. That's all it is. This one could have been mixed a little differently. I wouldn't say it would be mixed better, but I would mix it a little differently, which I should have because I was in charge of all of it, but little things, you know. So yeah, that was Reboot. The reason I remember this track so much is because the day I finished it was the day that Florian Schneider, I want to say, from Kraftwerk, that's when he died. Like, the day that I finished this track was the day he died. Yep, Florian Schneider. He died April 21st of 2020. So that was the day that I finished this track. April 1st, 2020. It's the day he died. That's the day that this song was completely finished. Which is crazy. I wanted to name the track something related to him, but it wouldn't have fit. It wouldn't have fit anywhere with the album. It would have fit more as a single somewhere, but so yeah. Shout out to Kraftwerk. Next track is Recovery Operation. Let's see. Come on. What do we have in here? Okay. This track, so if you listen to it compared to Drive Crash, the root notes are almost the exact same. I mean, they're in the same key, right? But they're almost laid out the same way. That wasn't intentional at all. Like, I think what happened was I started the tracks at very similar times, and then I finished Drive Crash, and then I went back and searched through the other files. This would have been about a year after they were started, and I just forgot this one existed, and they sounded very similar, but I think it works really, really well in terms of the album, right? Like, it goes from the Drive Crash to the Recovery. There are two coinciding events that happened together. So yeah, this one is Recovery Operation. You try to recover, right? You try to recover the shit that happens after your drive crashes. That's the unfortunate reality of SSDs, is that with all of the benefits that come with them comes the one negative that if your SSD dies, you fucking lose everything. You can't recover anything. So that was a hard idea to grasp. So yeah, that was a rough day. That would have been April of 2020. Yeah, April-ish of 2020, because I got the computer in December-ish. So it was a Black Friday sale in November. I feel like it was April 20th, now that I think about it. Like, that's... I don't know. I'll get the fucking Facebook memory soon, but... Anyways. Recovery Operation. Track number 7. Yeah, 7. What up, Hofu? Thanks for loving the album, man. I loved making it. There was the bit notification. Spooky Ben. Hofu coming in clutch with 100 bits. 100 bits that I'll keep it a buck with you. I might never see because I don't stream that much. That might be 100 bits sent into the fucking ether, dude. They might have just been shot into the sun, if I'm honest. They are gone. I mean, I appreciate that you think the album is sick and you love it. Thank you. I love the album too, believe it or not. I am glad that the did any audio play with that though? Very quietly. Okay. Gladly send them to you even if I don't get them. Thanks, man. I'm gonna go to Streamlabs real quick and see if I can adjust them in any way. I know for the longest time I turned those down because they just scared the shit out of me. But there's a couple in there that if they happen, I will laugh, right? Like a lot. volume for that one's at 50. Bits. What's the bit volume at? 30. Okay. Everything else is at 50. Everything else should be fine, I think. Not like anything else is going to happen anyways. Forgot about the soundboard. They're all completely irrelevant sounds, too. I think one of them I might find funny. But otherwise, they're all completely irrelevant now. Because I haven't streamed in almost an entire year. Anyways, that was Recovery Operation. The original version of that song was 9.5 minutes long. One thing you'll notice if you pay attention to the album, you'll notice it. But in the original edits, I did intro, break, clump, break, main track, right? But in the album, it's intro immediately goes into the initial drop, right, or the first bit of the song. So in the first edit of the song, there's 2 minutes of intro, and then this break, and then we're to that. But for many obvious reasons, right, I shortened the tracks down, and so that's why it goes from a minute of intro directly into this right here. So that just immediately cuts a minute and 45 seconds off the track. So, also, hopefully you answered a question that I didn't ask. I said the bits thing played, and I saw the animation, and I said, "Ooh, spooky Ben," because that's what it was. So, but I'm glad you're doing good. How is Celery and Hammy the Hamster number 12? Are you guys married yet? Can I come to the wedding if you're not? Where am I looking here? Welp. Uh-oh. That's not a good answer. Unless that's in response to me saying that you answered a question that didn't exist. That's all you need. A. Fair. Where the fuck? Volatile Memory. There it is. This track is going to have a lot of random explanations that happen after we listen to it. Yeah. Volatile Memory. This one is called Volatile Memory because I lost it. I like random explanations, yeah. This one's called Volatile Memory because half of the track was eliminated back when my hard drive crashed. And, yeah, so I basically only had this intro bit, like the first minute and a half I had, right? That's it. And, well, the song was almost finished. Drive crashed. Get the new drive, see what, where I can start from. And I only had the first minute and a half is basically what I had here. And so, by dumb luck, I had, 2 weeks before my drive crashed, uploaded the current MP3 of the song to SoundCloud, right, to share with people. And I was able to rebuild the song from that. So, that was super lucky. So, yeah. I also like that at the very beginning, the first sound you hear is... So I've never been a fan of elements happening in a song one time. Back up your drive, kids. True. I back up everything that is super important. Well, in terms of my music, I back up immediately after I do something. Like, I will back up an FL Studio file immediately in my Google Drive the second I finish saving it because of this. What was I saying? Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of single elements or sounds happening once in a song, right? But the very first thing that plays in this song is a sound that I've only ever used once, and it only plays once in the song, and it's just like, I think it's just called off-key piano, is what the sound is. And on the very first kick, you hear it, it just goes, dong! And that's the only time you fucking hear it. I don't know what I found the sample, right, and I put it there, and I was like, cool, I'll use this as a cool impact at some various points in the song. And then it's just there once. It's the only time you hear it. So it's just right here. Hey, song sounds good if you ask me. This is one of my favorite songs on the album, by the way. So yeah, this bit here, I had to rebuild from just hearing the track again. Otherwise, if I didn't have that upload, I don't know if I would have been able to do this track or not. I might have completely lost it at that point. one of my favorite songs on the album. This one is my like my child, right? Like I put the most work into this one. I fucking love this one. And it's the one that I was, you know, that close to fucking losing. And it also had the most work into it because I listened to, or I was in Speaker Honey's feedback streams, right? And this one, I think, took 5 or 6 streams before she was like, I think it's done, right? So yeah, it took a lot. It took a lot for that song. The original version of that song, well, there's a lot of original versions to this song. Let's see. Oops. What's this one? Yeah. So in the intro, you hear. Do you think we're made it better? It would have. Odds are it would have turned out almost exactly the same because it was. Now we got to do a bunch of searching. Let me see. Motherfucker. V2. Okay. So, do I think it made it better? Probably, right? So the original version of this track, it actually split into Meltdown and this one. So this is... How is there not a... I don't know why I called this World Records. I don't know what I was watching on YouTube in 2019 at the time that I titled these. So this is what the original one was. And it sounds like dog shit. You can hear all the elements are the same, right? But they just had different versions of them. God, this sounds terrible. This is way too recently in my music career for it to sound this not ideal. Okay, so then in this version, I believe... Nope, we don't. Anyways, this will play into the story. So this is the file that I uploaded to SoundCloud, right? This is what saved me, right? Because otherwise, I only had to this part right here. The first minute and a half, it was just drums. That's all I had after the drive crash. So I lost everything after this. And so I had to go back and rebuild it. The only thing I think I lost was this sound that plays right here. The layer on the melody, because I just used a preset, right? I use presets for the majority of all of my music. So yeah, when the drive crashed and I lost this song, I didn't know what the name of the preset was. I don't think I even remember which. Or no, I remember I used Massive. Yeah. And so I just had to search through presets. So I got the closest sounding one that I could find. And I think it sounds okay. In comparison to what it was, I think it was alright. So yeah, I had to use this bit here to just rebuild it. Oh yeah. And then it just sounded like this too, which is too much. Alright, now I gotta do a shit ton of scrolling again. Because I need to find damn it. The original version of that song had the chord progression for Meltdown on it. And then for obvious reasons, I decided to split those apart and make them their own separate songs. So now I gotta scroll back through 100 fucking years of shit. Ooh, what's this? Good lord. Let's see. Okay, no, that's what we just listened to. So it's somewhere around here. Bum, 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 bum. No. There it is. Nope. Ah, V1. So, as you can hear, drums are still the same. But when we get into the break, I had no transition, but I had this chord progression and melody that I made. And this eventually turned into Meltdown, which is a significantly better song than what this would have been here. I mean, it's still got the same vibe. It has the same idea. It had the same idea through the entire time. Yeah. This is what Meltdown originally was. This is what Volatile Memory originally was. It all works out in the end. This is true. This is very true. Okay, next track is File Transfer. Yeah, I'll give the brief explanation and then I need to go pee. And then you guys can listen to the song while I pee. So that way you don't have to listen to me pee. Haha! Not like I can mute the mic anyways, but it's also across the fucking room. It's not like, whatever. Anyways, File Transfer fits into the story as you have you figured out what you lost through Volatile Memory, right? And then you're transferring your fucking files to a new hard drive. I mean, that's all it is. That's, you know. I don't think there's anything super special with this song other than, again, it was 3 minutes longer than what it currently is. The same idea of intro, break, drop, break, drop to intro immediately to drop, right? So yeah, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to go pee, and then I'll be back. And it'll be great. Another one of the songs where almost all of these songs are like my favorite songs that I've ever made, right? So, yeah, anyway. Alright. I'm just going to let it play. I'm going to go pee. don't know where my camera is. I'm so fucking stupid. That right there. That statement, no! Extended version of the album is an hour and 40 minutes. And they're all not mastered well. So that's file transfer. Right. I mean, I could send you the OG album for what it was, if you would like. But yeah, the original version, granted it had a different final song. The runtime was an hour and 40 minutes. Which is a long time for an album, especially when it's only 10 songs. It's a very long. So yeah, now we are at track 10, the final track in the album. We need the deluxe edition. Oh shit. Ooh, that's a good point. I'll talk to Steven. The deluxe edition would just be adding on. So story time. Enter Sleep, as you guys know it from this album, is not what was supposed to originally be Enter Sleep. So this track I made in 2018 with the goal of in the original post I made about it, I said I want to make my music sound more beautiful, right? And so it was this 13-minute track that I fucking fell in love with. And I made it and I sent it to Spiffy Man, who runs the label, right? At the time, I was a fan, right? And by pure luck, I was able to befriend him, right? And so I was a fan, and I idolized him, right? And so at the time, he was doing he was a special guest judge, I guess, for some website, where they made a fan-made album, right? Or group compilation album, right? And so I made the original 13-minute version of this song that's about to play, sent it to them, had my own master of it, and I was like, sweet. They'll get that, and it'll be great. And so I sent it to them, everything's fine, but then they're like, we need you to send us the unmastered version, because we're going to master it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Also, at this point, so this story is crazy. For the longest time, right, I torrented a lot of my sounds. Shocker, right? Almost like no music producer ever has never broken the law with their music, right? I own everything now, it's whatever. At the time, I didn't own any, well, not anything. I didn't own one sound that I used on this track, right? And so I purchased FL, right, as opposed to using a free version. And with that purchase, I purchased one of the mid tiers that gave me X amount of plugins. But the torrented version I used was a torrent of the ultimate high value version, right? Like I said, I have now paid for everything. Everything's fine now. I'm no longer breaking the law, okay? It's fine. Don't tell anybody. And, well, tell them that I'm a law-abiding citizen now. But at the time, I didn't. And so when I purchased FL, it canceled out my ability to use 5 plugins, right? That I don't use often. Still to this day, I don't use often. And so they go, we need you to send us the unmastered version of the track. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Go to OpenFL Studio. One of the main elements of the song, I think it's the main pad, it was on a plugin that I no longer owned, right? So long story short, I tried to master it, or I tried to unmaster it, right? So that way I could send it back to them, but that would obviously fuck up so much shit. So then I was like, I just have to bite the bullet, and I bought a $150 plugin just to edit one thing in this song. One fucking thing, right? One element of the fucking 6 that are in it, because it's such a simple song. Sure, I know, right? You're telling me. And so then I send them the fucking file, they master it, and it sounds significantly fucking worse, right? It sounds like dog shit compared to what I did. And I was just unhappy about it for years. And so this album comes along, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to write a brand new song. This is going to be my love letter to this album. It's going to be super important to me. It's going to be a 20-minute long song, right? So I write this song, not this one, right? It's a different song. And I make sure that it's not the exact same shit for 20 minutes, right? Like, it involves what I'm currently making, it involves what I've made before, and then it plays this little symphony ballad type thing at the end, right? And I make it a 20-minute song, right? Especially because, as a joke, right, I'm just like, I make really long songs. The original song that was supposed to close this album was 20 minutes long. So I do it, send it off. Steven's like, cool. It turns out Steven doesn't actually listen to the fucking song. And then eventually he comes back a year later, right? Because we're talking about how we're going to release the album again. And he's like, I can't physically get behind or mentally get behind releasing a 20-minute song on my label. And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm just like, but you gave it like the all clear so long ago, right? And it was this whole thing. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm like, whatever. So then I'm like, okay, so I have this other song that I have made that is another ballad love letter to fucking music, which was this song right here that you're gonna fucking listen to. So, yeah. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else I need to say before the song plays. I don't think so. What happened to the other song? We've talked about releasing it as an EP. The idea was... So Steven goes, no, we can't do the song. And I was like, okay, we can take it apart and turn it into 3 songs and then release it as well as the full song. And so that idea still exists where it is 3 songs put together. The idea is still out there of I will take each song apart individually. We'll release 3 individual songs and as well as the full 20-minute thing. So it exists. I mean, I'll gladly play it for you guys just because fuck it. But yeah. I'll play it after we finish the album here. Suppose it makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, this is Enter Sleep. My love letter to fucking music as a whole. This song is completely unique to what it sounds like in relation to the album, right? Like, the majority of the album is all hard-hitting techno type shit. Well, not hard tech, harder hitting than what this song is. And this song is, a nod back to what I used to make, / I'll make it every once in a while. Progressive house, airy, ambient, atmospheric, just vibing shit. So, Enter Sleep. I think this pad that's playing right now, I spent this is a $150 pad. $150 fucking dollars. It is a nice pad though. I do. I need to make more fucking songs with it. I don't even remember which plugin it is, though. I would assume Harmer or Harmless. I don't know. I can open the file and look. want to make my music sound more beautiful. Also, shout out to Prop Start Turbofan. The original version of this piano was like a much harder version. And my buddies were like, you need to get a softer sound for this piano. And then I went, I don't want to buy a softer piano. So I had to reach out to a guy and I was like, hey. is. There's that $150 pad doing its work right there, baby. Sick end, I agree. Not as sick as what it was supposed to be, Steven! But this end bit, though, it does make me kind of want to cry. You know. I had a visceral reaction about 3 minutes ago during the song. I realized that this roller coaster has cars that go backwards, and they have gone backwards the entire time. And I built this shit like an hour ago, and I didn't realize it until now. So I'm gonna turn that shit off. So there it was. That was my fucking album. It took me 850 years to make it. And now it's done. So that's dope.